right. Let's see. Is everybody recording into the correct microphone tonight?
Yes.
Line one.
I think you were talking to yourself on that one.
I'm looking at you, me.
That was what Bill forgot last week, was to make sure that Mike was configured properly.
Like over the last
the mystery was solved.
3 episodes, I did like have this panic attack like halfway through episode 3 that Audacity had gotten like closed.
I check it every 3 seconds.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Why is the blue circle spinning? Is that bad?
Yeah. What does this mean?
Hey, who's ready to fight some fires tonight?
Yeah, I don't know about fight the fire,
I didn't
but
roll a
avoiding would be
firefighter,
good.
just a fighter.
Right.
Well, let's see. Last week, gosh, what did we even do? I can barely remember. Oh, that's right. You conquered the east wing of the Aldori of Lady Jamondi's manor and killed Frost Giant and
got a secret bathroom.
That's right.
Secret bathroom.
A coworker of mine was like listening to the podcast. Shout out to my friend Kirk. I guess he's an ex-coworker now, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I was like, "Well, what do you think of it?" And he just replied, "Poo room." Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
And you're in episode 3 already.
So like this is going to age me, but like I kept visualizing the end scene in Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid where they jump out of like I don't know if everyone's ever seen it, but like they jump out of the door, like they're surrounded and it's like just a freeze frame of them bursting out of this door. And I just kept picturing us all bursting out of this bathroom door.
Absolutely.
Like ready for action.
I just felt like you guys had a placid walk though out of the poo room into the Great Hall. Like,
It
what's
may have
going
been.
on, guys? What's
we
the
looked
problem?
we looked as cool as you can look walking out of a bathroom altogether.
I think you've raised the bar on that. So you ran into sort of a guard leader in the Great Hall who was ordered by Lady Jamondi to hold the Great Hall. His name was Evinzi. And Evinzi basically was like, you need to head west into this smoke-filled west wing, and you need to find Lady Jamondi, who took a contingent of soldiers to retake the west wing. So, I don't know. We just want to go to the map? Should we go to the map?
Yep. Let's go to the map.
Same map.
Different map. Look
Different
at this. So as you know, you've stepped through these double doors into this hallway. And as you know, there is smoke billowing on this hallway, but I want to kind of get a little more specific with you about what you see. The first thing that you perceive as this is all going on is really something very fortunate that has begun happening. You notice that it starts to rain outside. Not that it means much to you right now that you're in the smoke-filled hallway, but just understand that there's this big storm that's brewing outside now. So you are kind of... This hallway is very similar to the corpse-filled hallway mirrored on the east wing, kind of curves off to your right. You see 3 doors on the right, 3 doors on the left. You begin looking around in the smoke-filled hallway. The 3 doors on the left have some smoke coming out of them, but immediately you look to your left to the very first door. You look through and you see that it's already burnt out, that the fire is pretty much out, and that there's not a lot of danger posed by these left 3 rooms. However, the 2 back rooms on the right have fire licking out of the thresholds there, and you can see the current source of the burning. But we have to talk about some rules real quick because there are some things going on here. You actually have walked into a hazard. This is a smoke-filled hallway. How do you plan to deal with this smoke? Are you walking through? Are you holding your breath? Do you have some other means? Do you want to make any kind of skill check rolls to figure this out? Because I have some news for you. Some bad things are going to start to happen to you as you move through this hallway.
Huh.
So, how long can we hold our breaths?
Well, you know what? I just looked that up a few minutes ago.
What do you know?
Hey.
See, that's the nice thing about having the module beforehand is that you can kind of look at these things. The answer is you can hold your breath for a number of rounds equal to 5 plus your con mod.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it does seem like we're going to have to move into rounds here a little bit. But before we do that, is there anything else anybody would like to do?
Yeah, so rather than kind of rushing blindly into it, kind of how we were moving through the last wing, kind of
sure you
maybe
don't
do
wanna
some
rush
exploration activities, like just letting you know what my guy's doing while we're walking around.
Of course. And this is sort of something we've well, I don't know if ignored's the right word because, I don't think that there were any meaningful activities you guys wanted to be doing in the east side. But yeah, Chris, what is Sirio doing?
He's going to detect magic because we know that always works.
Interesting.
100% success rate.
Okay. Hey, can you read me the description of detect magic? I want to make sure. No reason. I just need to know.
You detect all magic within 1,000 yards of you. You know the school. You know the duration. No, I'm kidding.
1,000.
3 hexes over.
I was looking at the text. I'm like,
board.
oh, he's got a different version than mine. His sounds better.
All right. You send a pulse that registers the presence of magic. You receive no information beyond the presence of magic. You can choose to ignore magic you're fully aware of, such as magic items, ongoing spells of you and your allies. You detect illusion magic only if the magic's effect has a lower level than your level of the detect magic spell. However, items that have an illusion aura but aren't deceptive in appearance, such as invisibility potion, are detected.
How far out can you detect the magic items?
30-foot emanation. So I'm casting this as a level 1 cantrip. There are further effects once it's heightened, but we're not there yet.
Okay, 30-foot emanation, so that's like a 30-foot radius.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you don't detect any magic in that particular emanation based on where you are on the map.
Awesome. I'm glad that works.
But I will assume that you continue emanating as you move through. If there's nothing else anybody wants to do about this smoke-filled hallway, then I think what we really need to do is just roll some perception-based initiative checks and move you guys into rounds as you move through this hall. Are you all just going to hold your breath?
Is there any water in there? Or is there water anywhere around us?
Well, no, you didn't see any in the Great Hall and nothing. I mean, I guess if you go back over to the East Wing, there's that, there's that river, that water room, Otherwise, it is raining outside.
Well, the Deuce is going to pull his canteen out, and he's just going to dump water on his arms and on his shoulders, just so if he doesn't catch fire.
Oh yeah, seeing Deuce do that, Ciro's going to take off his shawl and kind of douse that and make kind of a damp rag to hold over his mouth and nose.
Roll a survival check.
Which one?
I'm super good at this.
Sirio.
Got a 16 total.
Nice.
That seems like that's going to help mitigate the smoke a lot.
Oh, right.
And Bashk actually has a feat called breath control. And I have incredible breath control, which gives me a great advantage when air is hazardous or sparse. You can hold your breath for 25 times as long as usual before suffocating.
What the I'm just going to sit down on the floor and send Bash in.
You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to saving throws against inhaled threats, such as inhaled poisons. And if you get a roll of success in such a saving throw, you get a critical success instead.
That's awesome.
I haven't studied up much on your sheets, but I was prepping the encounter a little bit, and I was like, well, someone's got breath control. I guess they're not going to have to worry much about any of this.
And fun fact, Dundee, his special is the crocodile can hold its breath for about 2 hours. So, yeah, me and my animal companion are just like, whatever, let's do this.
Like, let's run it.
That's amazing.
All right. So we know that Bashk doesn't give a shit about the smoke.
Mitch is going to crawl below the level of the smoke.
Mitch is going to crawl.
He's going to crawl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well,
I'm not gonna crawl, but I'm kind of gonna like duck walk. I'm gonna try and get. I want to be more mobile than crawling.
Okay, so you're going to duck walk.
I just want to be below the lowest level of smoke.
Well, William, there's not a rule for that, so I'm gonna just say you're just gonna walk.
But there's no duck walk
action.
The Deuce. You don't want to see the Deuce duck walk?
You move at quarter speed.
I'm good. Okay, look, let's go ahead and get ourselves into rounds here. Honestly, the truth is there's not a combatant on the board, so you guys can just choose what order you go into. You don't have to leave it to the rules if you don't want to. Who wants to begin moving into this hall first?
Yeah, I think Bashk and Dundee are happy to. We've got a little bit more of advantage with the smoke and whatever's out there, so I think we're good going first.
Okay, yeah, and you can take a full turn if you want to do 3 move actions. You can do that. So yeah, you begin moving down the smoke-filled hallway.
Yeah, I think, can I do maybe a survival check? Do I see anything amiss? Is there soot and ash that maybe there are footprints that I can look for?
Yeah, make the roll. This would be your second action of the round.
Yeah. A total of 23.
No, you don't see any footprints or anything. Again, the rooms to your left look like they were on fire, but that fire has since burned out. You think that probably was lit on fire a lot earlier. But those last 2 doors on the right, fire is billowing out of there. And you think that if you want to get rid of this hazard, you probably got to get rid of that fire in there.
Okay. In that case, he's just going to move a little bit further up the hallway. And that's gonna be his last turn.
Okay, he's going next.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siri will go next. I'm going to step up to this kind of door frame, the first one on our left, and peer inside and see if I notice anything interesting.
You step up, you look to your left into that room. There you see evidence of bed frames all burnt to a crisp. You see the wall paneling is burnt out. And in fact, you look further to your right to where the wall would be in between this room and the next room in the hallway, and you see that wall has been burnt out and is gone. Oh, wow. And you can actually look down the entire row, all 3 of these rooms. But it gets a little worse, though. You see evidence that there were people in these rooms that did not make it out, and that either died, very likely of smoke inhalation, and then their corpses burned.
That's pretty gruesome.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Otherwise, as you move up, well, let's see. You talked about exploration activities and detecting magic and stuff, but the truth is we're kind of in rounds right now, so your detect magic isn't really going right now. Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to cast that cantrip, you could.
Okay. I think I'm just going to move further down the hallway and kind of be behind Dundee here by the second room on our left, and just kind of get it. I know the wall between these two were burned down, but I just kind of want to get a closer look into this one.
Sure. Yeah, same deal. These rooms are all exposed once you get inside, once you get past this stone exterior wall.
All right.
And again, it's all just beds and, unfortunately, corpses.
That is a bummer. I guess with my third action, I will recheck, kind of refix the kind of this damp cloth mask that I got going on.
Okay, the wet cloth over the mouth is a good idea. It's going to mitigate the effects of some of this. In reading through this, I can't quite decide if it totally nullifies the encounter, though. Given that you are not holding your breath right now, or are you holding your breath, I guess I should say. I guess I've kind of given you the answer.
Not yet. Until I start, feeling the effects of the smoke, I probably won't hold my breath.
That being the case, make a fortitude save.
Oh boy, here we go. Is Lindsay singing? Can she help me? We'll see.
No.
That is a natural 1.
Oh,
no. What is the total?
Total is 5.
Okay. So with your reduced DC due to the wet cloth, that's actually not going to qualify as a critical failure.
Ooh, thank goodness.
Wow.
So here's what happens. You do become sickened 1, and you are going to take 1d6 non-lethal damage from choking on smoke.
Oh, my.
So I'll roll that out for you. Now, this is non-lethal. You're going to take 4 non-lethal damage.
Okay, so I track that separately then?
I think you do not. It's just that if it's non-lethal damage that takes you to 0.
Right, yeah.
You don't go into dying rings
dying.
and stuff
Okay.
like that. Let's see who's going next.
Mitchell, step up. Now, is it the area we're in is covered in smoke as well, or is it just that hallway that Sirio?
It is the area you're in as well.
Okay, so Mitch is going to... Oh, I was just looking at the crawling rules. He's going to start off crawling, not holding his breath, and he's going to move max amount with 3 turns of 15 feet. At least that's the way that I'm reading crawls. You can only move 5 feet at a time.
Yeah, 5 foot in action, yeah. So you're crawling along the ground.
So I'm going to move up right behind Sirio and kind of notice that he's choking a little bit.
Deuce.
Just cut loose, man. Just frickin' kick a door down.
So, the Deuce, he's gonna double move. He's gonna hold his breath. He's gonna start walking. He's gonna take a deep breath, and he's gonna kind of jog down the hallway.
Sure.
To about here.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 move actions to get that far.
And he just wants to get a look inside these rooms and see what's going on.
Okay. These rooms to the right, the ones that are on fire, yeah, you're able to look through the exposed doors of both of them, and here's what you see.
Fire.
Fire.
These rooms are on fire.
They're on fire.
Yeah, these rooms are on fire. What you see are that both rooms are engulfed in what appear to be fresher flames. And again, you see evidence of fresher corpses, unfortunately, in these rooms. But yeah, these rooms are on fire, and they are really the source of the smoke that is currently affecting you guys.
So
You got one action left. What do you do?
It doesn't play for radio real well, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but we literally have the words FIA, F-Y, or F-I-Y-A exclamation
That's true.
point on the rooms. So
In like a
it's
really,
it's a
really
fun gag.
obnoxious font. All
Thank
caps.
you.
Yeah. Yes, all caps. Fire.
Well, I was just sort of like, I was just wanting to help entertain you guys.
In
a
case
little
we
bit.
thought they were just flowers in there, like big orange.
That's true. Yeah, I
flowers,
put little fire patches in
They
here.
look like shrubberies.
fall colors. Makes me want a
Bill,
pumpkin
what do you-
spice latte.
Bill, what are you doing with your third action? What's
My
the
third
deal?
action is I'm going to move again down to where the lizard folk is.
Okay, backtracking over to be with Bash, who's just
I'm trying to
holding
get
his breath.
because that's the. I'm assuming that standing in front of those doorways is the hottest, smokiest part of the whole hallway.
Yeah, you
I-
get the feeling that if you go into those rooms, you're going to start taking damage as you begin to fight the fire, if that's what you want to do.
But that's not what I want to do. I want to get away from that. I want to do the exact opposite of what you just described.
Fair enough. Hey, it's Lindsay's turn. Lindsay's here. She's going to hold her breath, and she's going to move to be close to you guys midway up the hallway. And we'll bring it back around to Bashk for round 2. Bashk, who has short-circuited the entire encounter by just holding his breath.
Let me guess, you're like a water spraying lizard too.
I was looking, and I do not have water spray as an ability.
You don't have a moist jet stream?
I'm sure I've got a natural ability to expel water, but I don't know that it'll work in this encounter.
I mean, it might.
Bash is actually gonna hold his turn for now.
Okay. Who's going next? It really doesn't matter. You guys can act in whatever order you want. I guess Sirio's next, though, if you don't want to make a choice.
Yeah, so I'm sickened 1.
You are sickened 1.
Well, I will start the round by holding my breath. Is that a free action or is that one action?
It's free action. You just have to start counting rounds.
Okay. I will start doing little tick marks. And then I will retch to try to kind of get rid of this sickened condition, just, I guess, coughing. To
Yeah, I think it's
get
like
this
a
air to
flat-
my lungs.
Yeah, it's like a flat check or something. Go for it.
Right. 19.
Yeah, you do. You cough it all up. The sickened condition leaves you as you cough up the smoke that you inhaled.
Which direction do you cough that?
Into the burned out room. Okay. So not on Mitch, who is prone. Well, not prone, but kind of crouched, kneeling
Crawling
behind
on the
me.
floor.
Crawling.
Yeah. And yeah, Syria will, I guess, take off his backpack and start sorting through it and kind of use the remainder of my turn to kind of organize my items and figure out what I have that may be useful fighting the fire.
Sure. I think mechanically, it's one action to take off the backpack and one action to retrieve something from it. Do you want to tell me what you retrieve next round?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on then to Arian, Diplodocus, a.k.a. the Deuce.
We skip him, Brad. It doesn't matter.
Moving on to Mitchell Grawny.
Mitch is going to try to sneak by Lindsay here, and it's kind of tight terrain, so you tell me if I can do it in 15 move, or 15 spaces. Yeah.
You can make that square.
Yeah, I was going to try to get to it looks like there's a door broken down there. I just kind of want to take a look inside, so.
Oh, sure, yeah. So you're looking at this separate room here. Let me reveal that to you. This is the first doorway on your right. This appears to be a room that's more encased in stone, so you don't believe that this room is at risk of catching on fire. This room's plain stone walls and polished floor have already become stained with smoke. At the far end of the room, atop a stone dais, stands a marble statue of an armored half-elf woman. One of her hands clutches a heavy shield, while the other is clenched into a fist over her heart. Based on what the Deuce told you about the water garden, you would know that this depicts the deity Milani.
Okay.
So it appears to be a shrine of some sort.
Is she holding a bucket of water by chance?
Let me check. Unfortunately, no.
But there's this box that says fire sprinkler system next to the...
Oh, yeah, pull lever in case of, yeah.
That's my turn.
Now the Deuce. The Deuce is up.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I have not been holding my breath. I don't know if I've been making that clear.
Oh.
I'm crawling.
Well,
but
I think that since you're crawling under the smoke, I'm saying because you are moving so slowly, you are not at risk of inhaling smoke.
Okay.
I'm going to confer with Mitchell and Bash and Sirio and ask them how much water everybody has on them. Is everybody carrying a water skin?
You telling me you guys are going to all kind of crouch down together under the smoke and talk this out a little
have
bit?
A little conversation. Have a little 3-second. Hey, what's the plan here? Conversation.
Yeah. Now that you're in the smoke-filled hallway, this is a good time
Yep.
to think of the plan. Yeah. Well, let's talk it through here. Let's pause for a second. What are you guys thinking of doing here? You've got these fires raging in these 2 rooms up here that seems to be creating this smoke. I don't know. But I guess to me, the choice seems to be, do you just get out of here and move on, or do you try to extinguish these fires?
Well, there's nobody alive in there, right?
Doesn't look like it, no.
I say we just skip it and go.
were the doors open?
Yeah.
Or did
The doors leading to the 2 rooms on the right that are on fire are open. As far as the double doors at the end of this hallway, ostensibly leading further into the west wing, you don't know.
Was the hall that we came through, were there any like big curtains on the windows, anything like that we could maybe grab to try to smother out the fire?
In the Great Hall,
Yeah.
there would be some tapestries and things like that, sure.
Maybe we can run back and try to grab some of those and see if we can't put it out.
I mean, it sounds like it's past the point of smothering at this point. The only way
Yeah,
to...
I mean, if there's smoke billowing down the hallway, if we throw a
Yeah.
tapestry on it, it's just going to catch fire.
It's just gonna
we
it's gonna be more
could-
tender.
We could close those doors and then stuff the tapestries like around the bottom edge to maybe stop the feed of oxygen. But those rooms, just looking at the map, look like they're windows that are probably...
Yeah, the rooms look like they're totally on fire. So
Yeah.
without water,
Without one of
some
us-
kind of big
without one of
deal
us taking a
suppression,
lot
there's no way we can put them out.
I'm worried about one of us taking a ton of damage for no reason.
Yeah.
Roll survival checks.
27. I rolled a
Darn.
natural 20 on the survival.
My God, Bashk. Okay. Bashk, you have a pretty good idea of what it might take to put these fires out if that's what you want to do. Look, each one of these rooms is filled with smoke. Functions just like the smoke-filled hallway hazard in Area A6.
A6, huh?
Area A6, huh?
A6, replacing fire with A6.
Let me start that over.
No.
That needs to stay.
Each one of these rooms is filled with smoke, functioning like the smoke-filled hallway hazard that you guys are currently experiencing. But Bash would know in game mechanics terms that the flames and heat also deal 1d6 fire damage with a DC 16 basic reflex saves to creatures who would end their turn in either of the burning chambers. There is a bit of a mini game here. Each one of these rooms has 4 fires in them. If you can get 4 extinguish points, you can put the room out. You can try to extinguish the fires in the room by using a fight fires action. It's a 1-action deal. You can attempt a DC 15 acrobatics check, a DC 15 athletics check, or a DC 15 survival check to try to obtain an extinguish point. But here's the deal. If you end your turn in that room, you're going to possibly take some damage or something. You're not sure.
All right. You guys want to put out the fires?
Can I fight fire with fire?
It's a good
Go for
Metallica song.
Let's
All
try.
right. Whose turn is it?
So you can go ahead and go there, Bill. It's your turn.
Oh. Well, the Deuce is going to try and get into this room and break that window out.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you got 3 actions. Move on the board as you want. Describe what you're doing.
Can I get there in 3 actions? 'Cause if I can't, then I'm not gonna even attempt it.
I think you can get there in 2 actions. What are you, 25 foot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got a 30-foot speed, I think.
Oh, you're an
No,
elf.
because my armor brings it down to 25.
Maybe you're not wearing armor.
Take it off.
The deuce gets nude and goes running into a burning room.
The nude.
I love it.
I don't think so. All right, so yeah, I guess I'm going to move down the hallway to this door on the right, the first door on the right. Is the door's open, burned off?
It's open. Yep.
And then I'm going to try to, the deuce is going to jump up on these beds and kind of like hop over them to avoid the fire to get to the window.
Okay. Yeah, your second move will get you in front of that window, and I guess your third action can be to break the window.
Bash the window out.
That wouldn't be difficult terrain, would it?
No, they're beds. They're very comfortable.
I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember this next time we're fighting around beds.
He's not having to jump over the beds. He can just run on the floor.
All right. There's a flavor bed jump.
All right.
I like the
Bill, I'm
flavor
going to put your
of the
token over there by the fires. Or by the window.
by the
Both.
window. In the fire by the window. Thanks, Mike.
All right, so if your third action, you're going to break that window?
I'm going to try real hard.
Okay.
Athletics
It just,
check, you said?
Nah, it just automatically happens. You can just break the window just fine. Well, you've ended your turn in a burning room. And when you break the window, fresh oxygen feeds the flames and they rage up around you. So I need you to make...
all over again.
This is backdraft now. I need you to make a basic reflex save.
That was a hot 3.
Uh-oh. What's the total?
10.
10?
10.
Okay, it's a failure, but not a critical failure. Now normally this would be 1d6 fire damage, but because of the oxygen feeding the fire, it jumps up to 2d6. You will take that now. Bill, I'm not shitting you.
Boxcars!
Oh no.
I rolled a 6 and a 6.
Of
So
course you did.
Oh no.
so you're gonna take 12 fire damage because Bill, you're standing in the fire.
DBM didn't go off? I shouldn't have moved.
DBM.
So I got to reload. Damn it.
Yeah, reload your mods. Lindsay's turn. Okay,
Can
so
actually
Lindsay.
can Bash jump in before Lindsay actually?
Well,
Since I
sure.
held- Yeah. All right. So he's gonna motion for Dundee to stay where he's at. I don't think the crocodile will help this situation.
He's just like, absolutely, I would love to stay here.
He's gonna run up here. Oops. He's gonna run up here. And I assume it's these 4 fires that we need to put out. Yes.
They're kind of representative. As long
Yeah.
as you're in the room, you can get an extinguish point.
Okay. So the first move was to get him into the room, and then survival check to try to put this out.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can roll better again. How about a total of 25?
Oh, yeah. That is, let me see here, 2 extinguish points for
Holy
this round.
crap.
Critical success.
Sweet.
So you run up, you begin trying to, boy, I don't know. I guess you're trying to smother these fires, or you're using your survival know-how to somehow extinguish this stuff.
Yeah,
Nice
there's
work.
I assume there's if you find something to kick over the flames just right. Maybe there's asbestos in these walls that is slowly able to kick around. And then for his third action, he doesn't want to be like his good friend Deuce, and he's going to back out of the room for a third action.
Get out of there.
And question, you said it was raining outside and we've broken a window. Is any of that water coming into the room to help maybe?
Not enough.
No?
Not
Okay.
enough to make a difference. Lindsay will run into the room for her turn. She's going to attempt a check to try to put out fire as well. She's got a decent acrobatics skill, so she'll go for that. This is a d20 at a +6. That's a 4 on the die. 10 total. That is a failure. She's going to try another one. That's a 10 on the die, so she will get 1 more extinguish point. She'll put 1 more of these fires out. She'll make a basic reflex save, which she will succeed on, so she'll take a d6 fire 2d6 fire damage, but divided by 2. So she'll take a total of 4 damage. That's the end of Lindsay's turn. We move it back around, really, to the top of the round. I think that's going to be Sirio.
All right, so yeah, when I was searching through my pack, I pulled out my bedroll.
Ooh.
So we're going to try to beat back the flames with that.
Okay.
So Sirio will use 2 actions to move into the room. And then, I guess, what would this be? Would this be acrobatics or...
Yeah, whatever. You can roll whatever skill you want, but because you've found a tool, I'll give you a +2 bonus to the check.
Here you
Okay.
go.
And I am still holding my breath.
Okay.
12 on the die, +3, +2, so 17.
This room becomes extinguished. But just as you do that, the wall comes down between this room and the next room, and the fire begins to creep into this room. I won't have you
Which way
roll a
does the
check
wall
yet.
fall?
It just crumples down. Oh, good question, Bill. You've inspired me. It falls on Lindsay and Sirio.
Oh my god.
And no, I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter. It just falls down.
Well, because if it falls
And,
down the other way, it could take out some fires over there.
Should I do 50-50?
Oh, goodness.
You guys want to do this? Okay, I'll tell you what. If it falls down toward the party, Sirio's got to make a reflex save. If it falls down toward the other room, one of the 3 fires goes out. One
like
of the 4
it.
fires goes
I
out.
like
Do you
it.
like this? Okay, Chris, I need you to tell me even or odd. If it's an odd, pick the winning type of number is what I'm trying to tell you.
Odds are in my favor.
Okay. I rolled an even. So the
Okay.
we're just having a little. We're just kind of having fun. Make a reflex save, Sirio.
All right, here we go. Ooh, 25.
You jump out of the way in time as the wall comes crashing down, and you are fine. You make the save. But you do see some fires now in front of you from this room that has just been exposed. Do you have an action left?
No, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know who goes next. I think it's Mitch.
Yeah. I'm going to stand up with 1 action, use full movement speed to get into that room. And last action, I'm going to use my strength to flip one of these beds over on top of the flames to try to smother
Make
it.
an athletics check.
I can do that. Try to find my dice. That is a 15.
Success. You get an extinguish point for this adjacent
Pretty
room.
good.
Okay.
And I am
Let's
not
see.
holding my breath. I don't know if I need to.
You're not holding your
I'm
breath.
still not holding my breath. Well,
Okay.
gosh, that's a free action, right?
Doesn't seem like there's a downside to holding it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
it's
hold it.
only
Yeah,
if
I'll
you
hold
guys are okay.
I think yeah,
Now, one thing that I didn't do for Sirio and Mitch, because the wall came down, because you're fighting the next room now, I do think both of you guys need to make that basic reflex save to see if you get burned by fire.
Okay.
Chris, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
That's a failure. You get 6 damage. Mitch, what did Mitch get?
He got a 25.
That is a success. You get half damage, which will be 4 damage. Rolled kind of high on that one. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this fire's starting to take you apart a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my math was bad. That was a 23. If that matters.
Oh, no, same deal. Okay,
4 damage. Okay.
so that brings us then to the deuce.
So, the deuce is going to take a gander out that window. What's outside?
Just grass and trees and rain.
So, the deuce is going to jump out that window?
The
And he's-
grate came down. You can't get out there. Sorry.
And you're like
No,
on like the
no
5th
benefit
floor.
to breaking this window.
Yeah, so
all.
breaking the window is absolutely useless.
Yeah, it just fanned the flames. Maybe if you break the second one, maybe
No.
that'll help.
No, it won't. The deuce is just going to run back out into the hallway.
You're out of here. Are you going to try to fight some fires before
Nope.
you get out of there?
Fucking out. See ya.
Does the window have a hand you can touch? That always works out well for you.
Maybe.
Oh.
Stroke it gently.
All right, so the deuce
I'm
gets
gonna
out
go.
of there.
I'm gonna go down here and pet Dundee.
Okay, so you're down there chilling with Dundee. That brings us to Bashk.
So the obviously the wall came down and there's flames there. I guess I can run back in here. Bashk will
Yeah.
run back in there, and let's try another survival check. That worked out well last time.
All right.
Oh, total of 16.
One more extinguish point.
Heck
2
yes.
left to get.
All right.
This thing is getting better. Can you crit on this next one? You could end this encounter right now.
Yeah, we're going to try one more survival check.
Oh,
Come on.
I love it.
Is that natural 20?
18.
Total?
Unless... Do we want this to be a critical?
Oh.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Up to you.
I mean, I've taken some damage, but it's only been like 3 or 4 rounds, so I think we can
You know what,
continue
Donnie?
battling.
Don't listen to them. It is your decision.
That's true. I mean, anyone can use it at any time.
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, we're
can
gonna
go on.
let's make it
Listen
a
to
crit.
me.
Let's make it a crit. Let's try it in the 0 check. Let's put out the fire.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you do. You extinguish the fire. You get the 0 condition, and you're kind of left in this room now. After about 5-6 minutes, the active smoke begins to dissipate, and the hazard leaves this hallway, and
Hooray.
you get 30 experience points.
That was totally worth it, wasn't it, Deuce?
That was
How is Deuce doing on HP right now?
probably not
4.
good.
He's got 4.
4.
I'm down to
Yeah, he's got
I'm
4.
down to 5.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Guys,
Chris and I are.
should heal.
That's why I left. I was like, I'm not going to die in a burning room.
Yeah, let's
there- Oh, go ahead, sorry.
gather round. I will use a 3-action heal just to kind of bump us up a bit.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh, I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Whoa.
Mitch is topped back off. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm up to 10. I'm going to drink one of my healing potions.
I've got a heal too.
Ow.
If you'd rather
you wanna
use
the
that.
heal?
Yeah. I'll do a
You do a 3 action.
yeah. I've
So
never
well,
done
this
I've
is all
never
kind of-
done a healing spell, so I'm really excited. What do I roll
This
on
is
that?
so if you're doing the 3-action, it's
D8.
just a 1d8.
For everybody.
5.
Awesome.
That's pretty good. It sounds like everybody's got full HP.
Do I get those as temp hit points if I go
Yes.
over?
Yes. You're buffed, Brad.
Overhealing, is that temp? No.
All right. Yeah. So you've defeated this. You've defeated this hazard. You've got these double doors in front of you. You've got this sort of shrine thing that you've uncovered.
Is there can we do a perception check? Is there anything in this room that didn't get burned up that maybe would like
Yeah.
the XP was nice, but like gold and stuff would be cool too.
Yeah. Yeah. Make a perception check.
Maybe a detect magic?
17 total.
Okay. Yeah. 17 total. You're digging around. 5, 6, 7 minutes go by. You don't really see anything.
Chris, you want to detect magic?
Yeah, so as Bask is kind of digging through the charred ruins of these people's beds, hopefully... I mean, are there bodies in here too?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
and yeah.
I'm out of this. I'm out of this room.
I didn't think about
So
the
I'm going to
bodies.
go repack my backpack and get back into exploration mode and detecting magic.
Well, you do detect a magical item in the room that Bashk is currently searching.
Oh, yeah. Hey guys, there's something in there.
Find it.
Find it.
Find it.
Yeah, look, it takes some digging. It looks like somebody maybe tried to wrap themselves in this item. It did no good, but the item itself is curiously flame retardant. You find a cloak amidst the debris in this room that appears to be emanating magic.
What color is it?
Brown.
Oh, I don't want it.
clashes
It's really
with
about how you look. I
your
get
outfit.
it.
Like, I don't want it.
Can anybody spell check and see what's magic about this cloak?
I can
Mitch is-
Arcana check.
Yeah, Mitch has
No,
Arcana
Brett's
as well.
just bigger than mine.
Yeah, so Mitch is like, hey,
That's what
Genetics.
she said.
Genetics.
pauses for a little bit there, lets that statement settle in, and roll an Arcana check. It is a 19 total.
Yeah.
12 on the die.
You have heard of a cloak like this before. This is called a coyote cloak. It is a 3rd level invested magical item. This dusty cloak is made of mangy brown and gray coyote fur. You gain a +1 item bonus to survival checks.
Oh my.
If you critically succeed at your survival check to subsist, you can feed twice as many additional creatures. This is the regular version. This item is worth 60 gold pieces.
Oh, wow.
I would Our friendly druid would happily wear that.
It does sound very primal, naturey, druidy.
Yeah.
And so, Mike,
Sounds
can you
dirty and itchy.
remind me of the investing rules? Like, can we immediately use this?
You cannot. You have to
Damn it.
do your 1 hour of daily preparation following an 8-hour rest to invest an item. Or if you find something and I think you can wait an hour and invest it. I think that's how that works. But bottom line is that I don't think you can do anything with it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Donnie, I'd put that on your character sheet. That's
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you
Good
can
with
have it.
Bask having it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Bashk will add that in. And what would we say? Sorry, it was the...
It's a coyote cloak, core rulebook 609.
While Mitchell and I are in the hallway over here, I'm going to pull out my bow.
Okay.
The room with the shrine, Ciro is going to give this a search over.
Sure. You don't find any treasure or anything. You just see this statue here looking pleasant.
Mitch feels like this might have something to do with some sort of religion iconography that he can see on the statue that he has no knowledge about. So he will do a very limited religion check. Puts a 2 on the die for a total of... Wait for it. 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, you were the guy for this.
Yep.
Bash rolled put an 18 on the die for a total of 22.
Okay, so Bash. What? Okay, so let me collect myself here a little bit as you guys just fuck your way through this dungeon. Okay, Bashk. You identify the magic using your religion skill that's emanating from this statue. You understand that anyone currently allied with the Eldoris who spends at least 1 minute in this room engaged in meditation or prayer to any non-evil deity becomes infused with vigor and energy as if they had rested for 8 hours and made their daily preparations.
Oh.
This is the midpoint of the dungeon, fellas.
That's
you
a
guys
useful
get
room.
You guys, one time only, you get a free rest here.
Wow.
And this would let
The
Bashk
cloak.
or Bashk
Yeah,
invest
Bashk.
the cloak.
And we spells, right? We get the
Spells
all
coming
of that.
back. Yeah, you can prep
One
them.
minute?
1 minute.
That's pretty good.
Mitch believes that's a waste of a
can we
minute.
hear, like-
We're going to move on.
Most of a minute.
Which is like, nah,
got stuff
I'm
to
out
do.
of here.
Let's
guys.
go.
Yeah,
good.
total atheist.
Do we hear like monks chanting in the background for a minute?
I have to imagine this is pretty powerful for the Deuce. This is Milani that the Deuce worships, blessing you and your party because you... Oh, and by the way, just to kind of peek behind, if you just run through the hallway, you couldn't have done this. This is contingent on you extinguishing the fires.
Oh, nice work, fellas.
Way to go, guys. Good.
This is worth more than 30 experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, I would imagine that we don't need to act it all out. I mean, I think you guys are full HP anyway, but yeah, get your spells back, invest the cloak. And what do you do next?
I'm awfully amped up right now. The deuce is ready to go. I'm gonna go meet with Mitchell down here, but I'm gonna stand behind him, but off to the side, so I have a clear line of view when he opens that door.
Sure. And Mitch appears to be in front of the double doors at the end of the hall leading deeper into the west wing.
And do we... I guess I will touch the doors with my bare hand to see if it's warm.
It's cool.
It's cool. Cool door. Do they open in or out?
They pull out.
They pull out. Okay. Mitch will pull out the doors.
Okay. Here's what you see. This appears to be some sort of gallery, kind of a fancy living room. Drifting coils of smoke waft in the air of this finely furnished room. Padded chairs and side tables are set along the west wall, and a thick burgundy carpet covers most of the floor. Oil paintings hang on the walls, and shelves contain statuettes and other small art pieces. But that's not what initially gets your attention. What initially gets your attention is that Tartuccio appears to be passed out on the floor in this room. He's unconscious, but appears to be breathing.
Does anyone have a magic marker?
I was about to say, I was like, yeah.
We're just gonna step over him on our way through to the other door.
Is he still wearing his shoes?
Oh no, Tartuccio, are you okay?
He's as you walk in the room, I need everybody to make a perception check as you all move into this room together.
21 for the deuce.
5.
15 for Bashk.
7.
He's looking pretty healthy. Looks like he probably avoided the worst of all of this crap in here. But looks like he's got a nasty bump on the head, and he looks to be unconscious. He does not react as you come in.
So he's alive.
He's alive.
Let's just leave him.
All right.
I mean, we could drag him back to the Great Hall. I'm not strong enough to do that, though.
I feel like
Mitch will
we should
carry
at least
or
do that.
pick him up like a kind of baby
By his
carry.
foot.
You pick him up as if he's a baby.
Kind of cradle his hand in the crook of my arm.
As you do that, he wakes up. He's like, oh, thank gods you're here. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you for rescuing me.
Yep.
I think
This dude was like super like not into us at the party. if I
he
recall.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
He was not our
faking it.
friends.
But I think we should still maybe inquire,
Yeah.
like, what
He's
are
a
you
butthole.
doing here? There's
He's
a
like,
big-
hey, why'd you start these fires?
Oh no, what fires? No, that wasn't me. No, I ran this way right as the attack started, but got knocked out by something I couldn't see, and I've just been here the whole time.
Did you see who started the fires?
He says, we didn't start the fire. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're fighting fire with fire, Mike.
We're fighting fire with fire. No, didn't see it all. What's been going on? What's been happening? Is Lady Jamandi okay?
We relay to Tartuccio that we don't know. We heard she came this way with some other guards. We were looking to come help her, and we found rooms on fire. We put those out, and then we found you passed out in this room.
Is the way back to the Great Hall clear?
Yes.
Well, I can make it from here.
Can I do a
fellas, but-
check of how like full of shit this guy is right now?
Yeah, roll perception.
And I'm also going to ask him
It's
directly,
another 5.
what's that bump on your head from? Like, straight up.
I got knocked out. I'm not sure. I didn't see it happen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to see if he's bullshitting me.
Cut this. What's that called? A motive check or
Sense motive.
sense motive? Thank you.
And that's perception, or is that a different skill?
So it got rolled into perception.
Okay. Got a 15 on the die, plus 6, 21.
You're not sure with him. He could be lying. He might not be. You don't trust him.
Okay.
But he doesn't appear especially credible, but he doesn't appear uncredible.
Yeah, man.
I say we just leave him.
Get out of our way.
Look, I know we didn't quite get along when we first met, Serial, but thank you for clearing the way back for me. Take this. And he hands you this brooch. And he's like, this might serve you as well as it served me. And he makes his way to the Great Hall.
He just got knocked out. I don't know how well that brooch served him.
Yeah, I think Bash tells him, go find the guards in the Great Hall and make yourself useful, please.
Well, yeah, yes, of course. He leaves. You're holding this brooch in front of you that appears to be emanating magic.
Well, I know that it's magical, but I really don't know a whole lot about magic items. But I will attempt an arcane check to see maybe what it does. Rolled a 7 plus 0. 7.
Solid roll.
Yeah, you've never seen it.
Solid roll.
Brad, you want to help this guy out?
Yeah, I'll kind of see it.
Like,
get
is it
past
pretty?
off and, like, hey, do you want me?
It's beautiful.
Hey,
it's beautiful.
I
Hey,
like
Serial,
that.
can I take a look at that real quick?
Here you go.
12 total.
Total?
Yep.
This is a brooch of healing. I'm sorry. This is a brooch of shielding. You can't tell how many charges have been extinguished on it, but you know that this brooch, if worn, like it can be worn, on your outer coat, or it can be worn to clasp a cloak around your neck or something. You know that this item can absorb up to 30 magic missiles, as if, yeah. as if they with no damage at all. But once it's extinguished, it's extinguished. You can't tell how many charges it has left on it. So it could have 1, it could have 30. But this is what he gives you.
Cool.
Sweet.
Awesome.
I'll put that in my pocket.
And it's Tartuccio, so it may be out of charges already.
I was thinking it ran out of charges,
It's probably spent.
which is why he was
kind of
unconscious.
as a note for everyone that has iPhones, I did turn my iPhone on when I said, "Hey, Stereo."
That's fantastic.
Well, all right.
But it's just your iPhone though.
Yes, and it's not doing it anymore, so it learned.
That's hilarious. Is there anything else in this room of note? Somebody rolled a perception check earlier. Did that roll over or?
Oh yeah, you know that the art in this room is probably worth a lot of money, but how would you move it? I mean, the art collection could be worth 2,500 gold. Just, I mean, there's an expression of wealth in here.
So
got
the
big
rug,
pockets.
does that tie the room together?
Of course it does. Of course.
What kind of blade is that on that table? And can I put it in my pocket?
Let me just make sure, but I don't think there's.
It's a flavor blade.
Yeah. Let me just make sure. Yeah, no, the blade is just sort of drawn on the table, but yeah, it's not anything. But I will give you 30 experience points for rescuing Tartuccio.
Guy's not completely useless.
Where do you go? You got a door to the north and a door to the south.
For any listeners that are curious that may enjoy it, we're at now 420 XP.
420, man.
420, bro.
All right, guys, let's go north.
Okay, sounds like a good idea to Mitch. He's gonna push his way on up through there, and I'll just open the door. Wow, I think we found the clubhouse.
This room looks awesome. I see a pool table, but I'll let Mike.
Yeah. This is the parlor. This large room contains several padded chairs, a comfortable-looking pair of couches, several side tables, and a finely crafted billiards table. And it contains 3 cutthroats as well that appear to be engaged in kind of a morbid activity. You see these 3 guys here. One of these cutthroats does look to be a little bit unique, and they seem to be engaged in some sort of looks like they're getting ready to torture this Yosoki, this rat folk person. Now, this is a character that you've not interacted with before. He was at the dinner, but he was seated off some other table, some other expedition probably. But it looks as though these 3 are gathered around this unconscious Yosoki and are getting set to either murder him, or they might be trying to wake him up to torture him. You're not sure. But as you open the door, Mitch, their necks turn with a start and they notice you. And, I need you to roll for initiative.
Sup, fellas?
Bashk.
Bashk has an 11 total.
The Deuce.
7.
Sirio.
13.
Throwing
My lucky number.
Who am I forgetting?
I put
Mitchell.
put an 18 on the die. That's a 21.
Thank God one of us rolled well.
Yeah, if we go last, we're just going to watch these guys torture this
Exactly.
dude.
Right.
So you might have noticed here, you 4 map lookers here, that one of these tokens looks a little bit different than the others. He has 1 initiative, and just, as a brief monologue, he looks at you guys and he goes, well, it looks like Nishkiv the Knife is going to see some action today after all. He's going to move into this square over here, and he's going to try to hide behind this pool table, and that's going to be a success. He will leave the map, but not for long, because he's going to pop up immediately after, and he's going to fire a projectile against Mitch's flat-footed armor class.
Oh my.
All right, man, this dagger comes flying toward you. Just threw it at
Oh, he's
you.
throwing his dagger.
Yeah, he's throwing a dagger. It's a 19 on the die for a total of 24 against flat-footed AC.
That is a hit.
Mitch, can you catch the dagger?
Can I make a reflex check to catch that?
So the dagger will do a D4 plus 1, and he gets a D6 of precision damage as well.
Jeepers. Golly, good
Sounds
thing we are
like a
healed up.
rogue.
10 damage total after all is said and done on that thrown dagger. So that thing just lodges itself probably into your torso somewhere.
Wow.
That is the end of his turn. Mitch, it's your turn.
Okay, that's how we're going to do this. That hurt.
Yeah, how you doing on HP?
I'm doing just fine, Mike. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have asked. Is that rude to ask?
More than half. I am lower than 50%. I would probably stop at a gas station if it were gas. 10. Yeah, fuck it. Let's roll. Mitch is going to move into this room, and he's going to explode right where he's standing. So he's moving to
I love it. I love it.
to the left. He can catch the all three of these assassins in his 10-foot animation.
Damn it. This damn inventor class.
We'll see how this goes. We haven't done this yet. It could be
So
absolute
educate
garbage.
me. Do you need to be in overdrive before you do that?
No,
or can you
it's
just do
you
it?
can just do it.
can
the
just
one
do
thing
it.
this might do...
You might ruin the pool table.
Yeah, I'm going to ruin the pool table. It's do an athletics check to jump onto this table.
Badass.
Pool table. It's on the other side of these guys.
The cutthroat and Nishkiv just look up at you as you stand over them.
15 total.
That's good. Yeah, you're good.
And now that I'm here, kind of, I guess they're probably all crotch height with me. I'm going to explode.
Load on their faces.
Wait a minute.
This damn inventor class.
All right, and so what explode is it's basically my suit goes into extreme overdrive and flame just kind of bursts out of it, like kind of like an exhaust of flame everywhere, and it'll do 2d6 damage. We'll see how
Okay.
this goes.
Do I get a save or something?
You don't get a save, I don't believe, but let's double check that because that's going to be 9 damage.
I think a basic reflex.
You get a
Basic reflex save. Okay. Let's see. So I'm rolling basic reflex save for 9 damage.
Yes.
Probably DC 17 or DC 16. Okay, Nishkiv makes it, so he'll take half. As for Cutthroat A, that's a failure. So Cutthroat A will be killed outright by this explosion. But Nishkiv will take 4 damage and will live to fight again.
That would be the end of my turn, but I do need to make a flat DC 17 check to see if I can use any more unstable actions with my armor, which are pivotal. So if I don't hit this, then if it's a fail, I believe I'm out for a minute, and if it's a crit fail, I'm out for 10 minutes.
Okay,
Oh dear, that is a 3 on the die.
that is a crit fail.
So my armor is unusable for 10 minutes.
So does your AC drop or anything, or like?
Nope, it's just I can't do overdrive, or I can't.
Oh,
explode.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So your shit just falls apart.
Yep.
That may be worth it. That was pretty awesome. Crotch blasting a cutthroat.
Oh yeah, I mean a total of 12 damage.
Anytime you can crotch blast somebody.
Crotch blasting a cutthroat.
We can't name the episode Crotch Blast, guys. Well, this would be Cutthroat A's turn, but he is dead. So that takes us to Sirio Xavier Sortova.
So I'm still outside the room, kind of standing to the right of the door. Can I see in and see what was this person's name? Or
You
not
don't know
Cutthroat A?
this rat folk that's laying here on this couch. You recognize him? You saw him at the dinner the night before, but he was not at your table.
Not
You
at our
never
table.
talked to
Okay.
him. You don't know anything about him. But you did see Mitch jump up on the pool table, explode, and kill Cutthroat A.
Okay. And can I see the other person that threw the dagger?
Yes. No, sorry. You're just right to the side of that doorway. You don't have an angle on Nishkiv the knife.
Okay. So I will take a 5-foot step back so that I can see into the room.
Yeah,
And then
now you
I
do.
will produce flame against the knife thrower.
Okay.
Got a spell attack roll of 24.
That's a hit.
And that will do 5 fire damage.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah, that hits him. Okay. That's going to take us then to Bashk.
We're lighting this person up.
Yeah. So Bashk is a little bit further back, and I feel like Deuce and Siri are both in the way here. So he's going to move up to this square here, just ahead of them.
Yeah, just into the doorway leading to the parlor.
Yeah, and he's going to be a little bit of a copycat, or copy lizard, maybe. And he's actually going to also produce flame.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The artillery here.
And he's going to roll a 14.
That's going to miss Nishkiv the knife.
Miss. Okay, well, that was a 2-action spell, so Bashk is done.
Okay. It's Cutthroat B's turn. As a free action, Nishkiv looks at Cutthroat B and goes, kill that guy. And Cutthroat B is going to use one action motioning toward the Yosoki on the couch.
Oh, shit.
Cutthroat B will turn around with his first action. He will slash down at the neck of this unconscious Yosoki, send him into dying ranks. From a game mechanic standpoint, he appears to be bleeding out. I can't tell you what his wounded level was or what his dying level might be right now, but it's not good. That was Cutthroat B's first action. Cutthroat B's second action is going to be to move over into melee with Bashk. And for his final action, I guess I will subject him to the multiple attack penalty. He's going to slash at you and miss. That takes us then to the Deuce.
Well, I can't do anything.
What do you mean you can't do anything?
Well, I'm stuck behind Bash.
You can
and
move
there's a
through
guy
there.
standing on the other side of the doorway. I can't get through his square.
You can
I think you
athletics through.
can... Well, you could try to tumble through, I guess, or you can move into this square here to the side of the door and attack Cutthroat B with some cover from the wall.
All right, I guess, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just take a step over. Draw out the longsword +1. Put an 18 on the die, +9 for a 27.
That's a pretty good roll.
I don't know. These guys are pretty tough.
Yes, that drops it down to a 26 with the cover provided by the door there, but that still registers as a crit on this guy, so, tell me what happens, Bill.
And he sounded so disappointed listing off his roll. Like,
oh, man. So your strength damage alone will kill this guy, so just take me through what happens.
So I come out, I'm standing behind Bashk. I just pull my longsword out. As I step to the side of him, I just jam it like in between his arm. Like my hand goes right between his arm where it's like next to his body. So the guy doesn't even see the knife coming or the sword coming through him. It just goes right through him. And then I just kind of pull it back and step into that corner.
Oh, yeah.
I used Bash for cover.
As you should. Good for you. Okay. That takes us to the top of the next round.
You still have an action?
I still have an action.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
I'm gonna drop the sword and pull out my bow.
This takes us to Lindsay's turn. Lindsay is going to push past Bashk into this room. She's going to cast Inspire Courage on her loot, and then she's going to take cover against this back wall, increasing her AC. That brings us to the top of the next round. That's going to be Nishkiv the knife. Nishkiv is going to pull out a dagger so that he's dual wielding. And then for his second 2 actions, he's going to use an ability called Double Strike versus Mitch. Nishkiv makes 2 dagger strikes against the same target. If his first attack hits, the target is flat-footed against the second attack. The multiple attack penalty applies to these attacks as normal. All right.
I just heard a whole bunch of dice roll out. That
How many
can't be-
d20s
that can't
does
be
he get
good.
to roll?
Whoops-a-daisy.
4 of them.
Okay. Let's see. Dagger hit number 1. That's going to be low roll, man. Total of 14 against Mitch. That's not going to hit.
That is a
it?
miss.
Okay. So he'll just take the second attack as normal, 5 on the die. God, he misses that one too. Nishkiv the knife, man. You probably led such an interesting life, but you're going to go out really bad. That's the end of his turn. Mitch.
All right, so I did forget something about crit failing the unstable, that I actually take a level's worth of damage, so I did take that off my hit bar as well. So
Oh, goodness.
it's really sucky. But I'm just standing here within range of the knife dude. I'm going to just swing away. I mean, what else would I do?
Yeah.
So first attack. Oh, that's not good. That is a 3 on the die for a 9 total.
Nope. We're just sitting here hitting each other with Nerf bats in this parlor.
God, let me think here. I'm going to be smarter than this. No, I'm not. I'm going to swing again. Fuck yes. 19 on the die for a, what is that? 20.
20 total. That'll hit him.
All right. That's the 1d8 damage. Wasn't expecting that. That is for 6 damage.
And that'll actually be 7 with Lindsay's Inspire Courage.
Oh, there we go. And last action, I am going to... Do I need to do an athletics check to jump off this table?
Nah, you can just accomplish that with a move action.
Okay, I'm going to piece the fuck out of this room.
I'm just out of here.
You left Lindsay in the room all by herself.
Well,
Nishkiv the Knife has attack of opportunity.
oh shit.
And so...
Of course he does.
Oh, fuck.
So he's going to slash at your Achilles tendon as you go. Natural 20.
You cut your
Oh
foot off.
no!
Oh,
I've got the crit deck pulled
Crit
up.
card, right?
This is our first natural 20 on an attack roll.
oh my God. All right. Yeah. So we're going to use the Paizo crit deck. Chris has got it over there, man. I think we just go from card number 1 to 52 or however many there are.
That's what I'm doing. So, what type of damage is this?
This is piercing.
Piercing, hand wound, critical effect. Until healed, the target is clumsy too and can't use one of its hands. Determined randomly by the GM.
Well, let's see. It's the left hand.
Left hand. Okay.
That's good, Brad. That's good, right, Brad? It's the left hand.
Yeah.
So clumsy too.
Okay, clumsy too. Oh, he might. I don't know. I think
Does
this
he
might.
fall off the pool table now?
Well, I think Mitch probably will fall off the pool table and land down here. But I got to resolve.
Yeah, your damage first, which I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
this
going to have a
May
chance to
fall,
do any
you
of this
just may
stuff.
fall
This
down
is all
on the
new.
pool table.
This is a 2d4 plus 2. You were not flat-footed, so I think you're going to probably be all right. Let me just find my d4 here. 8 damage.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Probably
I'm on
be
the
all
ground.
right. You'll
No,
probably be all
I'm
right,
down.
Brad.
I was at 7 hit points.
Are
It
you
was
in?
a crit that put you there as
Dying
well,
two.
which defaults you to dying 2. Okay, Sirio Xavier Sertova, you are up.
I've got a choice to make. Do I save the person that I know or this rat folk dude who's bleeding out? I'm gonna save Mitch. I gotta do it. I will shoot a 2-action heal spell at Mitchell.
Okay.
7 plus 8, you heal 15.
Oh,
And I think that removes the clumsy.
Yeah, the clumsy's removed. You heal 15. You're wounded 1. Prone. I'm going to put you in this square here.
Sounds good.
You are prone. Nothing in your hands, I believe.
And with my third action, I'm gonna try a perception on the Asoki to see if I can figure out, how far away from death's door he is.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, natural 20.
Hell
Okay.
yes.
He's dying 2. So he'll make a recovery check just before Cutthroat B's turn. So he'll make a recovery check after Bashk goes. So I think you guys, unless Bashk wants to kill Nishkiv the Knife, Bashk can probably save this Yosoki adventurer. And that takes us to Bashk.
Yeah, and I assume Sirio kind of relays that, hey, the rat folk over there is not doing great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
She kind of
fast.
shares with the group. Yeah, so that was actually the plan. Is I'm going to stabilize 2 action on our rat folk friend. I don't think we stabilize. I don't have to roll anything, right? He's
Nope,
just
it
stabilized.
just happens.
Just happens.
Okay,
Yeah, so the bleeding stops, and that's that.
awesome. And then for action 3, he's going to reach over and pat Deuce on the back and give him guidance.
Okay. The Deuce, are you going to end this encounter for us right now?
I'm going to drop the bow that I drew for some reason. I thought Brad was still going to be there for a hot second. I'm going to... Is dropping the bow and pulling the sword 2 separate actions?
Well, so didn't you drop the sword to pull the bow?
Well, I have 2 swords.
Oh, then you can drop the bow as a free action, and you can either pick up the sword you dropped, or you can draw your other sword as your first action.
I'm going to draw the bastard sword.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sudden charge.
It's over.
And I'm going to go right there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use the two-handed swing.
I wish you luck.
And I'm gonna put a 17 on the die for a
+1.
20. Math is hard again. 20.
That's a 27.
27. No. It's 20.
That's a
plus
28.
nine.
You have
plus
guidance
1.
and
yeah, it's 27.
28.
28.
I mean, yeah, it's a crit. You have crit Nishkiv the knife.
God, what is the two-handed? It's 2D.
It's D12?
It's a D12, yeah. Plus
Oh
9.
my god.
I don't even have a D12 out.
I'm getting deja vu.
Hang on a second. Let me find it.
This seems to be a recurring theme
Yeah.
with the deuce.
I mean, I rolled a 1
Fighters, man.
on the D12 plus 9, so that's 10.
Did you double it?
Well, it's
Oh,
2D12.
no. 2D12, so that's 10 plus 9, 19.
Nishkiv the knife is dead. I mean, he's
Very dead.
he's just quite dead.
Like, I got real mad that he hurt Mitchell. I watched Mitchell tumble to the ground, and I was like, all right, that's it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, you just drive that thing through him. Nishkiv the knife falls. Congratulations. Hey, that was a kind of a little boss fight there, guys. A little bit of a boss. What do you guys think about that?
That was fun.
That's good. I'm going to
At
rifle
first
through.
level, just the ebb and flow in the
Yeah.
swings, because it's like, oh goodness,
have,
he's
like,
he's
a
a crit
pool.
or
Yeah.
frontliner, and then it turns rapidly.
Your
Yeah.
HP
Oh, yeah.
pool is so small. It just goes so
Oh, yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
You know, Nishkiv is carrying 6 daggers, I guess technically 5 since he threw one of them. He's got 3 lesser healing potions as well on his person. And he just wears regular leather armor.
I'm going to take one of the daggers and just slip it into my waistband.
Sure.
And they're
Never know
not.
when you're
They're
gonna
not.
need a net.
They're just plain old daggers. They're not
Just plain old
plus
daggers.
3 striking or anything fun like that, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Plus 3 strike.
Just check. You never know.
Plus 3 strike.
You never know.
Don't ask.
You never
don't
know.
get.
It's good to ask.
All right, so let's go check on the rat folk.
Sure. Yeah, he's, again, just stable, unconscious, lying there, breathing shallowly. He stinks. Oh, the smell coming off this guy. He's dressed in these kind of strange leather robes. He's got all these weird pieces of crap all over him. Not like literal pieces of crap, but just kind of these sigils and these ornaments and these baubles just hanging off of him in weird ways. And again, just the smell of this guy hits you as you get close to him. He's kind of gross.
I don't want to talk to him.
Let's pour one of these potions down his throat and get him conscious.
He wakes up, sputters awake. He's like, who the hell are you guys?
Hello, our stinky new friend. We are.
Right.
We kind of introduce ourselves and bash. You know, hey, you seem to be in a spot of trouble, friend. Who are we talking with? What's your name?
Oh, thanks for the... he looks around, sees the dead cutthroats around him. He's like, oh, they had me. Tassim. My name's Tassim. I was in one of the lucky ones from those fire rooms over there. They cornered me here, took me down. Thanks for the help. Gets up, starts kind of collecting himself. And you don't see a weapon on him. He just has all this like crap. He begins collecting it and putting it back in his pockets. The cutthroats had strewn it around everywhere. You know, one of them's like this weird little doll. You know, one of them is like this. I can't emphasize to you enough. He's just covered in crap.
Is there any kind of perception check or anything we could roll to maybe get an idea of what his deal is?
Yeah, like what's his specialty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Make an occultism check. I might have just given it away.
Ooh.
Oh boy. How about a total of 3?
Yeah, you don't know.
Nope.
Yeah, Bash getting sure.
15 occultism total.
Okay. Mitch, you've heard about guys like this before. Tassim appears to be a thaumaturge.
Sweet.
And he's, thaumaturges really deal in the occult. They've got all these kind of strange skills, and they make use of more mundane items, repurposing them as weapons and methods to channel occultism magic and things like that.
Voodoo dolls would be a
Yeah,
Are
stuff like that. Yeah.
Are they always smelly, or is that one unique to this one?
Yeah, that's kind of
That's unique to this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, this dude, he just needs a bath. I mean, he seems to be. I mean, he just kind of looks like he doesn't have a house. Like he doesn't have anywhere to go. You know, he seems to be just living in the elements. But he kind of also moves about with almost kind of a dignity to him. He's kind of, he's kind of at odds with himself a little bit. But he's like, he immediately asks you, he's like, is the way back clear?
Yeah, we're clear.
It is.
It
And
is,
there's,
no
there's,
more smoke in the hallway, and there's friendlies in the Great Hall.
and there's 2 bathrooms that you can check out. If I don't want to cast aspersions, I'm just letting you know they're there. If you think you maybe need it to clean up, whatever.
Mitch just kind of straight up say, "Dude, you smell like shit."
He's like, yeah, comes with the territory. And he kind of
What territory?
catches himself. He catches himself all of a sudden. He realizes he's being quite rude. He starts rifling through his pockets to try to find something of use to give you guys. And it's just gum wrappers and shit. Like, and he has nothing.
Does he offer?
Nothing
We're
of
good.
use.
We're good. You don't.
Does
I
he
have
offer us
soap in my
a chocolate-covered pretzel?
Do you like? Do you need anything? Do you need some food? Or you?
Yeah, you good?
If I look in my
Make it back on your
adventures
own?
packet, it says I have soap.
He pulls out a Cliff Bar. He starts eating that. It's fine.
Did you wash his hands first?
His REI club card falls out of his pocket. Picks that up. Yeah, he just thanks you guys and he just heads back. He's like, I'll let the others know how it's going out here. And he kind of limps out back to the Great Hall. 30 experience points for rescuing Tassim.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Oh, and let's get some experience for the encounter itself. Let me look up here. Nishkiv the Knife was a level 1 combatant. So, better than some of the things you've been fighting here. 40, let's make it 45 experience points for this fight.
That.
So you guys are starting to add up a little bit.
495.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, let's press on, guys. What do you do next?
Yeah, so perception check. Anything else in this room of note that we should maybe take stock of? How about a 26? Do we see anything else?
Not secret doors. Brad, is Mitchell standing in front of a door?
Mitchell is standing in front of a door. Bash, nothing else of note here. There are some additional paintings on the wall and stuff. Again, looks like it'd be worth a lot of money. The destroyed pool set here looks like it might have been worth something, but it got destroyed with Mitch's explosion.
So the pool table, I know that we have a hustle activity. Is that what this is for? Or is that
I don't know if that
different?
table's going to be much good anymore.
Okay.
Is that, you know what? I'd let you roll hustle on it. But yeah, it's missing some balls at this point.
Missing some
That's too bad.
balls.
So
too bad.
before Mitch does anything at this door, he's going to kind of hold his fist out to Sirio and be like, "Thanks for the assist back there. Appreciate that."
Fist bump. Boom.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Friends for life, yeah.
Do you go French fries or steak potato?
What?
Blow it up,
Loop on
or you-
this.
Like
Oh,
steak
no,
potato, or you go French fries?
Close fist.
This
Close
is a
fist.
Minnesota thing? What is this?
Probably.
He has squirrel. He squirrels.
Do you blow it up or not? All right. And like
This, hey, you know what?
It
Whether
gets
you
weird
blow
up there in
up
Canada, Mike.
I guess it must. Look, you pop this door open here, leading down into this room. This appears to be a trophy hall, leading back down south from this parlor. This large room has a floor of polished white tiles. Hanging from the walls are various trophy heads, a stag with an impressive set of antlers, a large tusked boar, a cranky-looking oversized owl, a snarling wolf, and 2 different reptilian monsters. Bash, it gives you pause a little bit to see these cousins, maybe?
Yeah.
Probably not, but at least creatures of some sort of similarity. Looks like, again, just a dope trophy room.
Yeah, Bashka's pretty upset with this room altogether. Like,
Sure.
Yeah, not cool with nature being treated this way. Lizards
fair enough.
are not. So yeah, he's not smiling right now.
I'm going to walk in next to Mitchell, tap him on the shoulder, point at the elk, and be like, "Nice rack."
I don't get it.
Oh, man. Mitch doesn't get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Oh, my. You know what? That's what we're signing up. You know what? Whatever. Okay. I'll just cut that. Take that laugh. I'll insert it somewhere else.
Fucking A.
Chris, do you want to, or Sarah, would you like to detect magic?
Instead of that, I'm really curious about these kind of lizardy reptile, I guess, head mounts. I've not seen anything like this before, but I may have read something about it. I can't really remember. Can I roll a nature check on these to see if I can determine what they are?
Totally.
15.
The first is a forest drake, and the second is a tatzelworm. These are two higher level creatures. If Lady Jamandi Aldori took these down, especially if she took them down alone, then you wouldn't want to mess with her. This is pretty impressive stuff.
Okay. So these appear to be trophies of real things. Okay.
Yeah. There's some taxidermy going on in here.
Can we do a perception check just to once over the room? Just
Sure.
see if anything's in there.
Yeah.
That's a 16.
You walk up to the forest drake, and you're like, gotta check the mouths, dudes. And you pull out some sort of talisman that has been inserted into the mouth, maybe by a previous guest.
A talisman. I'm gonna go over to Mitchell and be like, "Hey, do you know what this is?"
I don't know. Well, you look at it.
You're not very helpful.
Do the nose things,
Little
man.
son of a bitch.
All right.
Whoa. Whoa.
I feel like I'm being used. Probably not. That's only a 14 on the die.
No, I mean, that's enough. This is a Blood Seeker beak talisman. You guys know about talismans. These are one-time use items that you affix to your armor or weapons. This is a Blood Seeker beak talisman.
Bloodseeker beak.
This is core rulebook 565, Bloodseeker Beak. This is a fourth level item. This long hollow proboscis is harvested from the notorious Bloodseeker beast and drips with a trickle of blood. When you activate the beak, you deal an extra 1d4 precision damage on your damage roll. If you deal sneak attack damage to the creature, you also deal 1d4 persistent bleed damage. So this is just kind of a one-time use item. It adds a little bit of extra damage to a hit. It's good, you know.
Is that an
Good little
action to
consumable.
activate it?
It is, no, it looks like you can activate it as a free action.
Okay.
The trigger, there's a prerequisite to activating it, though. You have to have hit a flat-footed creature with the affixed weapon. So if you can catch a creature flat-footed, hit him with the weapon, you can activate the talisman and do some extra damage.
Cool.
I'll clip that onto the Deuce's jacket.
Let's make a bet. If someone can use the Bloodseeker Beak talisman, I will give you a free 0 check without a backlash. I'm just going to put that out there because I've been playing Pathfinder 2 for a little while now. I've never seen anybody use a talisman.
Right.
Ever.
Oh, wow.
Ever.
So maybe
That includes you guys.
Maybe I won't give it to Bill.
Give it to
I
yourself.
was actually going to give it to you.
Oh, whoa, hey.
You guys play hot potato with the talisman.
It's like, oh, you take it. No, you take it.
Fine. I'll
Weird bloody beak.
clip it onto my armor.
Okay. All right. The Deuce, you are standing at these double doors leading further west into the West Wing. Make that perception check.
7. It's a one. It's a 1 on the die.
Natural one, yeah. Sounds. Here's some movement there, but you're not sure what's going on, but you think there might be people in there.
I'm going to knock on the door.
What could go wrong?
Dunk, dunk, dunk. Nothing happens, but the noise coming out of the room begins to grow.
I'm going to draw my sword again.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Mitch is going to raise his buckler so he doesn't catch another knife in the face.
Lindsay, she gets all hyped up. Everybody ready?
She playing
Gonna
a
open
song.
those doors?
Can I
Lindsay
ready
plays a
in
tune.
action with the hand crossbow?
Sure. What do you want to do?
If I see any hostile attacks come our way, I want to shoot that person.
Sure. I think I think you would still, your action would still be gated behind a perception-based initiative check if something were in there. Like, I don't think it can go off immediately, but if you win perception, then yeah, it could go off, I guess.
Okay. I bet we're butchering that rule.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mitchell,
Mitchell, why don't we both just grab a door and just push him or pull?
3.
Do they go open in or out?
Are we doing like the silent count? Or are we like
Mike, in or out?
They pull out.
So yeah, we'll do like the hand 1, 2, 3, and and just pull the doors up at the same time.
okay? Sounds good.
All right, that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Okay. I'm so excited. I can't contain it.
Except Deuce goes on 3.
I just can't hide
wait
it.
that split second for go. It doesn't happen.
The synchronized door opening.
It's not synchronized at all.
You guys don't know each other too well yet. You're not to the point where you
we're
can
working
synchronize
this
the door.
I'm just gonna mouth to it.
my.
I'm just gonna mouth to
That's
it.
a big
On
room.
3.
Well, yeah, big room. You guys throw the doors open one by one. This is the dueling chamber, okay? This large recessed area sits in the floor of this enormous chamber. Racks containing practice blades and stands holding suits of padded armor line the north and south walls. As you pop the door open, you see none other than Lady Jamandi Aldori. She's down at the bottom of this dueling chamber. She's got her Aldori sword out. She is an Aldori sword lord after all, and a fucking badass one as well. She is currently dueling not 1, but 2 fucking frost giants. They're down there. They're tangling together. And as you come in, this sword streaks out, very quickly, light gleaming off the blade as it cuts into one of these frost giants, blood going everywhere. You soon realize she's got it well in hand, which is a good thing, because as you open that door, this door over here in the southwest of the chamber opens up, and 5 cutthroats walk through the door as you walk into this room as well. We're going to call them Cutthroat C, Cutthroat D, Cutthroat E, Cutthroat F, and someone who must be the leader of the Cutthroats as well. She looks amazing. She looks badass. She's got this awesome armor on. She's got this huge double axe that she's wielding. She holds the axe up. She looks at you guys and she yells, "Get them!"
Let's go. Oh, yes.
A dueling chamber with frost giants and cutthroats. I like it. Right? It sounds like a party. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you for listening to the Zero Check Podcast. Please email your feedback to zerocheckpodcast@gmail.com. Visit our website at zerocheckpodcast.com. All music was composed by Kevin MacLeod and Comtech.com and licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0. All ambiences were composed by Michael Gelfi Studios, michaelgelfi.com.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Give
for
yourself
you.
a couple seconds of silence before you do this. We're trying to piece this into something listenable.
It's perfectly listenable.
The gang learns to play Pathfinder in episode 4.